And if you keep it in there, you don't have an invention, you don't have a product, you don't have a startup. You have a pet. Hey, it's Don Skaggs again with Empowered Inventing, the one place where we try to help you find those things that are holding you back and help you to overcome those things so you can move forward and actually be successful with your idea, your invention, your product, your startup. So today I want to ask you a question. Is your idea trapped inside of Schrodinger's box? Now, if you don't know the story about what Schrodinger's box is, if you're one of those real nerdy people that, and I know a lot of you guys out there that are nerdy, guys and gals that are nerdy out there, and you do know what Schrodinger's box is, I don't have to explain it. For those of you that don't know, this is what they call a thought experiment by a physicist, Erwin Schrodinger, I believe was his name, and he came up with this idea to explain this theory he had in quantum mechanics. And let me say this up front, no animals were harmed during the construction of this theory or during this video. So, but it is talking about a cat, and he has this cat and he locks it up in this box. They called it Schrodinger's box. So they put this cat in this box, and there's this vial of poison that opens up based on some kind of random event. So they don't know if it's actually opened and the cat died, or if the vial stayed closed and the cat lived. Now his theory says that according to something in quantum mechanics, while the box is closed up and we don't know whether the vial opened or not, that the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. I know it sounds really kind of strange and a little crazy, but it's the fodder for a lot of physicist conversations and science fiction TV shows, jokes, t-shirts, it's a lot of different places. So anyway, you're probably asking yourself right now, Don, what does that theory, that physics theory, have to do with my idea or my invention? Well, actually a good bit, if you think about it, because if I go back to my original question, the first question I asked in this video is your idea trapped in Schrodinger's box? Now, unfortunately, a lot of times inventors have their idea locked up inside of a box, and they don't really take it out, and they don't really show it to customers, and they don't really get any feedback. Because you see, a lot of times I see a lot of inventors and entrepreneurs that have their idea and their startup trapped inside their own version of Schrodinger's box. Maybe you have your idea all written down. Maybe you've built a prototype for your idea. Maybe you have already built a website, you thought up of a really cool name, and maybe you've even filed for a provisional patent, or God forbid, if you're not at the right stage yet, a non-provisional patent. Maybe you've done all that already, but you've still not taken the idea out of the box. And what I mean by out of the box is taking it out and showing it to customers and asking that one question that you have to be able to answer, and that is it going to sell? Because until you answer that question, you really don't have a product that you know is going to be successful. You just think it's going to be successful, but you don't know. Is the product alive? Is the product dead? We don't know that yet because we haven't taken it out of the box. Now, a lot of times, taking it out of the box is something that if we really examined how we felt about it, we'd say we were afraid to take it out of the box. And we may give ourselves several reasons. We may say, well, I'm afraid somebody's going to steal this, Don. Somebody's going to steal this idea the minute I take it out of the box. Now, there's things you need to do, and we teach this in a lot of our online classes, about how to protect yourself without spending a ton of money, and protect yourself so you can get the idea out there and vet it and actually see if you're going to make money at it before you start spending a lot of time and money. Now, but you see, the problem is a lot of times we're afraid because people are going to say things, and some people aren't going to be nice about it, especially if you're asking them to pay for product. And you're getting them to vote with their pocketbook. You're getting them to vote with dollar bills. So you take it out of the box. Somebody might say, "This is great. I love it. I'll buy 10 of them right now. How soon can I buy more?" You may have some people that'll say, yeah, maybe I might buy it someday. And then you may have some people that'll say, I wouldn't buy that in a million years. But you see, that last one hurts, doesn't it? And when you think about that one, and you think about the prospect of that one, that makes you want to keep this inside the box. And you see, that's the problem. That fear, a lot of times, it holds you back. And because a lot of times we may say we're afraid somebody's going to steal it, but we're really honest with ourselves, a lot of times we are afraid somebody's going to say something bad about our idea. And that fear of rejection is holding us back. And let me say this, never let fear drive your decisions, drive your product, drive your idea, or drive your decisions in life or in business. That's a bad way to go. But a lot of inventors just get their idea and they have it locked up in Schrodinger, their own version of Schrodinger's box, because they're afraid to take it out. They're afraid to show it to anybody. They're afraid somebody's going to say something bad. Maybe they are afraid that somebody's going to steal it. And you know, I've never had an idea stolen. Now there's exceptions to this rule, I know, but I've never had an idea stolen that wasn't already making money first. Now then, everybody wanted to get in on it. But don't keep your idea trapped in Schrodinger's box. Now, let's say you take it out of the box and you find out that somebody doesn't like it, or a lot of people don't like it. That will give you things to help you learn how to change it, learn how to make it so they do like it. It's part of the process of development, just like your initial Franken-type process of figuring out and answering to yourself, is this going to work? Then you take it out to people, you make that demo type, and then you find out from people, you're answering that other question, is it going to sell? So don't let fear, don't let things hold your idea out. You have to open the box and take your idea out. You have to set it free. If you leave it in here forever, if you leave your idea in here. Now, one thing I want to do is help you to think about this, because I want you to closely examine the reasons why you might be keeping your idea in this box. Because if you do that, you might be doing it because of fear. You may be doing it for other reasons. Maybe you're just not, you don't have that diligence that you need to take that next step. Maybe your comfortable step is just keep working on the prototype, and you don't want to take it out, and you don't want to do that other step because that's a big scary step of talking to people. But you have to learn how to take that step. Again, there's ways to learn how to do that through these videos, through classes, through a lot of inventor groups around the country. But you need to find these things out, because if you don't take it out of the box, what's going to happen is it is going to die. It's going to die of neglect, starvation, or just old age. Technology is going to pass it by. So remember, don't define your idea as one being trapped inside of Schrodinger's box, your own version of Schrodinger's box. Because if you don't take it out of the box and open it up and get interaction with customers, you will never know whether this is a successful live idea or if it's a dead one. And if you keep it in there, you don't have an invention, you don't have a product, you don't have a startup, you have a pet. Again, I'm Don Skaggs. This is Empowered Inventing. And I hope these are helpful. If you're watching me on YouTube, be sure and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We'll let you know about new videos. We have new videos coming out every single week. And I will look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, online class, or on the next video.